Hey guys, Cockerpunk here. Got a video here about the Alien mostly, but first I wanted to talk about how awesome this machine is. I was out playing all day today and I bought a new carnivore because I couldn't be outdone by Mike and his carnivore purchase, because I'm the cocker guy, right Mike? No, I'm the cocker guy. It's in my name, right? Bought this baby, freaking mowing. This is a great gun. Absolutely beautiful. I haven't even cleaned it up besides wiping it off yet. That'll be fun. But the real subject of this video is the Alien test. I don't know, some of you might have seen the TechBB show where we had where I was on, and then also Jack Rice came on later. Jack Rice is the owner, founder, head guy at Alien. So the issue we saw with this was multiple issues. My hat is off to Jack Wood and Simon Stevenson for doing things right, and not off to Jack for the same reason. They both proved what they said. Simon showed, a lot of high-speed videos talking about the Magna drive system versus a regular loader system and why it's better. Same thing with Jack Wood and the Cure 3 bolt. I was very excited when he posted that video that has all the high speed of gun breach and the different bolts and how guns treat paint, and it very well lined up with our whole notion of barrel breaks being caused by loading fracture. Great video. And then we come to Jack Rice, who claims that his gun can shoot twice as accurate at 100 feet and 4 feet higher at 150 feet. And it has yet to be reproduced. He makes a technical claim, right? He makes this technical claim that it can do this at this range, this much better. But he never has qualified that with any research, with any videos, with any things like that. And so we obviously got a hold of it, and we did our research, and showed interesting results. Obviously we didn't get twice as accurate, and nor did we get 4 feet of extra vertical height at 150 feet. Those results were just simply not confirmed. But it was interesting looking at the high-speed video of the spin that the gun did produce, because in the underbore and the overbore it didn't really produce much spin. At the painted barrel match we kind of saw some kind of spin, and so I think that's for a few different reasons. I think the underbore, well, first, the overbore. Lots of people say you should overbore these so that way the ball can doesn't have friction holding it. But the problem with that, I think, is that there's also nothing holding the ball against the bolt face. So there's no clamping force to hold the ball there to get that initial spin. So I think an overbore kills the spin because there's not enough friction to hold it against the bolt face to get that backspin underslung kind of effect. And in the overbore, or in the underbore, the exact opposite. You have a lot of friction that gives it kind of that initial spin, but you also have a lot of friction in the barrel down the rest of the way, and that friction is, a barrel is designed to do one thing, and that's even out everything on the paintball, so when it leaves, it's as consistent as possible. And that's what it does. But at paint to barrel match, and we saw about 25% of our shots, maybe a little bit under that, did actually have some kind of backspin. And I think that is because there's some amount of friction in the barrel, or maybe seam orientation has something to do with it too, but there's some amount of friction in there where the clamping force is high enough to get initial spin, but there's not enough friction to kill that spin before it comes out of the end of the barrel. So that's my thoughts on that, and so that kind of goes to say what I really think here, and that's the sweep system is inconsistent. That's really its problem. 25% of the time it works every time, right? To quote Anchorman. So it does actually put backspin on there sometimes. when conditions are right. Problem is, we're using fresh paint. Marbleizer, absolutely great paint. Consistent size. Obviously, the barrel doesn't change size between shots. So the confines in which it actually puts backspin on the ball is smaller than we can reasonably control on the paintball field. So it's not very useful there because it's inconsistent. And then the other part is it's not fast enough. The spin produced is not fast enough to truly affect the flight path as per our range test results. So it was really nice to be able to look at it under high speed and look at it on the range and compare and contrast what we're thinking, and that's how we came up with that conclusion. That's what I think is going on. So again, it's kind of one of these. I'm rather disappointed in Jack Rice and his inability to prove claims via evidence. I actually honestly think that our test here is the most conclusive, or is the most rigorous test that the sweep system has ever seen. And the sweep system is, what, 4 years old? 5 years old? Almost 5 years old. So it's like, you know what, in 5 years you could have bought your own high-speed camera and you could have done this research yourself, and it tells you all sorts of interesting things. Like, now we know, you know, that too much friction or too little friction does this and that and this, and, you know, feasibly, with maybe enough research and development, you could actually make a system that was consistent. But you first have to acknowledge that you have to do the research first, you know, before you can make all these claims. And so that was kind of my problem. Now, I'm not going to tell you not to buy an Alien because the gun shot fine. It was an 06, so it was a little bit older. But the 09 Indy is supposed to be an amazing gun. Mike Phillips from TechBB is going to do a review on it. I'm very interested in what he has to say about it. You know, it sells for about $850, and it's an open bolt stack tube poppet valve gun with a multi-mode board and you know, a nice barrel and stuff like that. So I mean, for the price, I mean, it's a decent shooter. It shoots good, like every other gun. It shoots good. Just the sweep system is too inconsistent to actually say it works. But you know, I didn't think it was going to do shit. But it turns out it does actually do something. In some cases, you can actually see some sort of backspin. Interesting results, anyway. So, you know, we love to support the small businesses in paintball. I'm a huge fan of small businesses in paintball. They are the most innovative, the most agile companies in paintball, and I love to support small businesses. But you can't have your small businesses going around making unqualified claims. And that's what Jack is doing. So, you know, gun shoots fine, gun shoots good, just like every other gun. Shoots straight, shoots... I mean, it shot the pattern that we thought it was going to shoot at both ranges. Comparable to all the other guns we've ever shot on the range. But the sweep system just too inconsistent to work. So, yeah, that's pretty much my review. And the other thing I'm looking forward to from Mike is his carnivore review. Very excited for that. My carnivore rips. And I know Mike has a brand new one from First Call. So, cool old gun. A little bit heavy. Kicks a little bit, but very cool. So, yeah. Talk to you guys later.